Cut the music. What's going on, my friends? Welcome to episode 25 of the Gay Up podcast. Bring you the hot takes here. I'm hosted by yours truly, Grassani, joined by Michael Cunningham, Alex Reich, and Marcellus Murdock. I am having a very bad day. Forget the intro. I am having a very, very bad day. Do you guys want to know why I'm having a bad day?
Tell us, Adam.
Number one, which we're going to get into this later, the Yankees suck. That's number one. I'm going to get into that probably in the latter half of the show. But reason number one is what we witnessed Sunday, June 13th in the beautiful city of Milwaukee. Game 4, Nets and Bucks. And throughout the first part of the game, it was a relatively close game. Bucks had a lead, but it was a couple of points. It was what, a single digit lead. No big deal. As a Nets fan, I'm not panicking. I'm not worried. I'm just sitting there and I'm just chill. Then I see Kyrie Irving going up to make a layup, and then he falls to the ground, grabbing his ankle in pain. And in that moment, guys, I am like, oh shit. Oh crap. Because the Nets, they've been battling injuries throughout this entire post. Not this entire post. This entire year. They're already missing James Harden. All right, when James Harden went down, I thought to myself, okay, they still have two. They still have two of the big three. And with all their depth, they can still win ball games. And you know what? They proved me right. They won game 1 and they dominated game 2, and they should have barely lost game 3. So as a Nets fan, I'm not too worried. Then Kyrie Irving goes down, and now you're missing 2 of the big 3. And I'm sorry, the way the Milwaukee Bucks dominated the second game from that point on. There's a ton of people you can get. You can get Joe Harris for not living up to the sense. He had an awful game 3, and he didn't do much better in game 4. So we gotta get on Joe Harris for that. Kevin Durant, he, even though he didn't play for too bad, he had 13 rebounds, he had 28 points. If you're Kevin Durant, 2 of your stars go down, you need to carry the team. You're the best player on our team, and the best players, the superstar players, they carry their teams. But here's the hard facts, guys. Here's the simple truth. With all 3 of the Nets' big 3 players, KD, Harden, and Kyrie, they are literally unbeatable. There's no team in the NBA right now that can beat the Nets when those 3 are all healthy. With 2 of the 3, they're a legit championship contender. Not necessarily unbeatable, but they're still a legit contender to win the championship with 2 of the 3. But I'm sorry, with 1 of the 3, when you only have 1 of the big 3 healthy, I'm sorry, the Milwaukee Bucks are a better team than the Brooklyn Nets with only 1 of them are healthy. It's just the facts. It's just the facts.
Okay, let me explain something to you, Adam. No disrespect to your Nets. Kevin Durant, who was your number 1 option the whole year, I believe, right, Adam?
At least when he was healthy, yeah.
Yeah, but here's the thing. 2 of your players go down. Your role players, your 2 of your star athletes, besides your best player, your second and third option go down. Your role players got to step up. That's your problem. You guys don't want to have a role player that want to step up. You don't got that Spencer Dinwiddie anymore that's healthy. He hurt. Blake Griffin, who is your 4th best player on your team, should step up in these situations.
I would say fifth.
4th best player. Who's better than Blake Griffin?
I would say Joe Harris overall.
Hell no, you crazy. Okay.
I'm not crazy. Right now, I would take Joe Harris over Blake Griffin. Right now.
And you a fool. then
How am
you
I a fool? How am I a fool?
that is just dumb.
Joe Harris is one of the best shooters in the league. I know he's not playing that game. I'm going to get on him later on, but he's one of the best shooters in the league. I don't think that's crazy. And Blake Griffin, all due respect, isn't Blake Griffin is right. Blake Griffin is still a really good player. Don't get me wrong, but I would say he's the 5th best player on the Nets, and I don't think that's crazy.
It's crazy, but we'll disagree on that. Point is, I'm telling you this, Adam. What did I tell you in the last episode? If the Bucks win Game 3 and Game 4, what did I tell you?
The Bucks would win this series.
Absolutely. I'm going to stand by my statement. Here's the thing. I'm no question. The Nets should have won Game 3. They should have won it. Hands down. They should have won it. But here's the thing. Game 5 is in Brooklyn. So now, Kyrie, they said he was negative. You know what I mean?
X-rays came back negative, but here's the thing. They saw him, I believe, in crutches after the game. So, I mean,
Kyrie is
I don't
a warrior.
I don't know how true that is. Wait, what'd you say?
Kyrie's a warrior. He's playing Game 5.
I thought you said Kyrie's overrated, and then I was about to jump you there, but go ahead.
First of all, I'm a huge Kyrie. I respect Kyrie. He's my dude. Good ball player. You know, Kyrie's a beast. He will play Game 5. He's been hurt.
I don't know if he's gonna play Game 5. Like,
he will play Game 5.
Here's the thing. As that's it. If just one of those two, Harden or Kyrie is healthy, I think there's a very good chance they win Game 5.
Harden's going to come back. There's no way Harden's not going to play. There's no fucking way.
If one of Harden or Kyrie comes back, then I think I'm confident that the Nets can win Game 5. But if none of them come back and it's just Durant again, I'm sorry, the Milwaukee Bucks. I said before, with just one of the big 3, the Milwaukee Bucks are just simply a better team than the Nets. It's just that simple.
I honestly think Chris Middleton is a great player, but he's not a superstar player. He's an all-star. Giannis, this is Giannis's league right now. Here's the thing. I think if the Bucks win this series,
it's Giannis's league?
Yeah, Giannis is that dude now. Adam.
Bad take there, Michael. Bad
take. He's a two-time fucking MVP.
How many rings has he won?
First of all, how many rings has KD won without having a
okay, team? He still won 2 rings. How many rings has Giannis won?
Okay, but he had a super team. He joined the 2015-16.
Why are you comparing KD to Giannis? Why are you comparing KD to Giannis?
Listen, who did
wait. Giannis
who the hell?
Giannis is a superstar. Giannis is a superstar. Face of the league? Hell no.
Who's the face of the league then?
LeBron James.
I'm a LeBron fan. I think he's still the greatest player. But him in the league, him being a face of the league is slowly coming down.
Yeah, but he's still more of a face than Giannis.
Let's see, Adam. How many MVPs does KD have? Regular series MVPs.
He's got 1.
How much does Giannis have?
You got 2. What's your point? What's your point?
Here's the thing, Adam. You're the best player. If you're the best player in the league, you do not, I repeat, do not go to the team that beats you in the Western Conference Finals when you're up 3-2.
I agree.
3-2.
I agree. Why are you bringing this up?
Jordan.
Why are you bringing this up?
Celtics. That's like Michael Jordan going to the fucking Celtics.
Why are you bringing this up?
It's a point, Adam. It's called common sense. Anybody with half a brain will fucking figure it out.
What's your point? What's your
that
point?
KD needs help. KD can't win a championship as a solo option. That's why he had to call Kyrie and James Harden to win a championship. He can't do it by himself.
So no one can win a championship by himself.
Jordan had one superstar, which was Pippen. And Pippen wasn't even a good player. He was an all-star, but not a superstar. Think about it.
If Kevin Durant had Kyrie Irving, did the Nets win Game 4?
I think they're going to win Game 4 if KD would have got a team.
If KD and Kyrie out, then the Nets could still win Game 4. Yeah.
First of all, Nets are a better team than the Bucks on paper. They got Blake Griffin. They got Joe Harris, who you said is the best shooter in the league. One of the best shooters in the league.
One of the best. He's not the best.
Honestly, my friend, I think Joe Harris, who is a killer from three, got to get his shot open in Game 5. Honestly, who knows? Alex, what do you say? You think the Nets could beat the Bucks on paper without Harden and Kyrie? They should. The Nets are what, the second seed in the East? Second fucking seed?
I can see even like before Kyrie got injured, I saw this series going 5, but now I am seeing the series going 7.
I say the Nets win in 7, Adam. If Kyrie's injury isn't that bad, it's negative. I'm telling you, Kyrie is going to play Game 5. I'm telling you.
If Kyrie plays Game 5, then as a Nets fan, I won't be as concerned. If he's listed as available for Game 5, I'm not concerned. But right now, I'm gonna be honest. I'm skeptical. I'm skeptical as whether that
you guys are at home.
Now you made a point. Now you made a great point. The Nets role players, they need to step up. Joe Harris after a awful game 3 where he shot 1 for 11. He wasn't so much better. He was 3 for 8, 2 for 6 on the field. Now, efficiency wise, that's not terrible. But here's the thing: if you're Joe Harris, you can't be shooting only at 8 shots. I'm sorry, Joe Harris just simply wasn't aggressive enough. Joe Harris needs to get his confidence back. He needs to be like that type of sharpshooter. He needs to be that type of sniper. A sniper for the Nets. He needs to be that. Blake Griffin, 3 for 8, 1 for 4, only 8 points. He's got to step up. Bruce Brown, I mean, only 7 points. I mean, Bruce Brown's more of a defensive player, so I'll give him some slack. But I mean, I'll give Bruce Brown a bit of pass, but still, I mean, Jeff Green had a pretty good game. He went 2 for 4, 1 for 3 for 3, but still, with the absence of Kyrie, that's another guy you want to see step up and take some big shots. Here's the thing: the Nets role players, with the absence of Kyrie Irving, who is going to be the role players that are going to step up and fill in for not just Harden's able, but Kyrie's absence. The Nets role players, they're able to fill in for Harden's absence, no problem. Can they fill in for both Harden's and Kyrie's absence? Is the question.
Yeah, I think it would depend on how the game flow goes on the Nets side, and if things get out of control, I don't see them winning the series. And even if Kyrie comes back either game 6 or 7, it's going to be a tight one. And I'm not sure how healthy Kyrie is going to be. And it's going to be a very interesting tight end of the series.
Hold up, something.
Here's the thing. Michael, let me just say something.
You interrupted me, bastard. Shut up. I'm talking.
Let me talk. If Kyrie's not healthy, then in Game 5 for a Nets win, K's got to drop at least 30, and both Joe Harris and Blake Griffin need to drop at least 20 apiece.
It won't work. I'm telling you, Adam. If Katie still scores 30, you could be like, we could stop one player. It's not going to work in the NBA nowadays. Think about it. Even if they score 20, Blake Griffin needs to score 25 if Kyrie is not playing. Harris is he is not no Robert Horry. I'm going to say that. Robert Horry, who y'all don't know out here and get your game on crew family audience, Robert Horry, who sucked in the regular season, who was a monster in the playoffs, better known as Big Shot Bob. Reasons why he won 7 championships, because he knows his role in the playoffs. Here's the thing in the playoffs, boys. We know this as much as anybody. When you're on those bright lights, you got to put up or shut up. And that's what players got to realize. We dream about this when we're kids. To play for that Larry O'Brien trophy at the end of June. That's what ball players dream about. Adam, you dreamed about it. Alex dreamed about it. Marcellus dreamed about it. David dreamed about it. Chris dreamed about it. Myself and every kid that loved the game of basketball used to play in their backyard, playing their game, working on their game, practice that they were winning the game at the buzzer. Alex, I know you did it millions of times. Adam, my brother, I know you did it millions of times. Hell, I did it millions of times. I just want to think, who can handle that pressure? Who can handle it? I don't think Joe Harris can handle that pressure for being in that bright light.
How can he not handle the pressure?
Adam, what's he like? 1 for 18?
It was only one game and it was 1 for 11.
He was 1 for 11.
Yeah, this past game it was 3 for 8.
3 for 8.
Yeah.
He's the best shooter probably in the league. He is in the top 5.
He's one of the best. He's one of the best. It's just that I believe. Hold on. Let me see. Let me bring up his numbers from game 1 and game 2. Hold on. Let me see.
And give me game 3 and game 4.
Because you're only looking at 2 games right there. Let me
I want to see all of his stats from game 1, game 2, game 3, and
all right. In game 1, in game 2, he was 5 for 12, 13 points.
That's bad.
That's pretty. Consider the fact that both Kyrie and Kevin Durant will be shooting up most of the shots. I'll take that.
All right, but here's the thing, Adam.
All right.
You're the ops. You're going to get some of the load, in my opinion. Joe Harris is going to get some of the points.
Yeah.
You're going to be open.
In game one, he was 7 for 11, 19 points.
That's good for Joe Harris. That's good, but he needs to be better. He needs to be better.
He needs to be putting up those type of numbers. Joe Harris needs to be making at least like 4 to 5 threes a game. He needs to be shooting. He needs to be putting those type of game 1 numbers. He needs to be putting that up consistently. Say they had Blake Griffin. Blake Griffin game 1 was 7 for 13, 18 points. So those are 2 guys that you step up. Blake Griffin and Joe Harris need to step up for his team. And the rest of the players, Nicholas Claxton needs to step up. Bruce Brown needs to step up. The depth that the Nets have right now needs to step up. And that's what they failed to do in game 4. And that's why they get blown out. Because none of their depth could step up. Alex, you got anything to say?
Yeah, I think Joe Harris is going to be a very crucial player in the rest of the series because his 3-point shots are incredible, and I think he's going to be a big factor in Kyrie's absence. And I think that you got to give the ball to him more and get as many as he can to get his points up, because if he doesn't get the ball too much, I don't see the Nets beating Milwaukee. I just think that him I don't know, it's kind of hard to say because you don't know what Kyrie's status is, but it's looking towards he's not going to be available the next 2 games, it looks like. But I'm very optimistic about this Brooklyn Nets team right now, and I think if their game plan goes the way they want to, they can win at least 1 or 2 games. But it's just that Milwaukee gets hot offensively, and I don't see that much of consistency in Brooklyn right now.
Here's the thing, Alex. This is what the Nets need to think of right now. This is like if you're a Nets fan, like this is what you can fall back on. Let's say Kyrie does mix the next 2 games, but is back for game 7. Then all Nets have to do is just steal one at game 5 or game 6. Then you have a game 7 and you're building with Kyrie Irving returning.
Yeah, it's just that like you don't know what the status of Kyrie is, and
If it's true that he's a crutches, then I don't see him coming back like this series. I mean, it depends. It depends. I mean, it depends on because we don't know the severity of the injury. The MRI results did come back negative, so. But I mean, like, if he's out for the rest of the series, then I'm sorry, I can't see the Nets winning this series. If both Harden and Kyrie are out for the rest of the series, then I'm sorry, I just don't see the Nets winning the series. I'm sorry.
I think since James Harden missed the last 2 or 3 games,
yeah,
I think, and I don't see them sitting Kyrie at all. I think he's got to play the next game, and no matter
if he's available, we don't know if he's going to be available.
I mean, if he's not available, they still need to somehow try to get him out there, because without Harden, you don't have the type of shooters and type of consistency offensively.
This is the thing. Without Kyrie and without, I saw this tweet like I believe it's from Billy Rahardy. He covers the Nets from SDLE. Like highly recommend giving him a follow. And he put out this great tweet that I'm gonna see if I can dig up for you guys. All right, I found it. Here it is. This game is a reminder. He's referencing game 4. This game is a reminder that with depth pieces and role players, you have to remember they are only as good as the stars they support. The lack of shot creators / makers is glaring. Team role player fits and have pushed some bucket getters out because of it. They're necessary. Without Kyrie and without James Harden, who is the Nets shot creator? Who's the Nets facilitator? Who's the Nets point guard? Who is going to be that true playmaker, that true point guard, that true facilitator, that true shot maker? Because Kevin Durant's a superstar player. Don't get me wrong. He's arguably the best squad player in the world. He's not a top tier facilitator. He's not a top tier passer. So without Harden, without Kyrie, who's gonna be that facilitator for the Nets? I don't know, because that's a major issue that the Nets are gonna have to solve if they are gonna win this series. So, I mean, we've pretty much said we're trying to get unfortunately Marcellus had to leave due to faulty Wi-Fi, so we're gonna see if we can get him back on sometime later in the episode. But for now, we'll just have to do what we can. Before we get to Mike's hot take, Alex, I wanted to talk some hockey with you for a second here. Big win for the Islanders in Game 1 of the semifinals.
Yeah, definitely. I actually was focused on the NBA playoffs and didn't get to see any of the action. But
I've watched some of the playoffs. I've watched some of it.
Yeah, I was interested to see how Game 1 would end up going, and it was definitely a big win for the Islanders, and it's going to be a very interesting series to see if Tampa Bay can even up the series and get their heads in and go up 2-1 against the hot on the doors.
Yeah, Islanders have just been getting great playoff hockey. They took down like a very very tough Bruins team. Like after the series was split 2-2, they won Game 5 and they won Game 6. Kyle Palmieri has been unbelievable. Who you guys know I'm a Devils fan, and honestly, Kyle Palmieri was a fan favorite. He was always like, even when we were sucking, he was always one of our best players, by far one of our best goal scorers, and he's just been ridiculous. I mean, Travis Zajac also another forward that had a big goal. I mean, Matthew Barzell had a big goal in game 1. So the Islanders are just playing like great, and they've got a legitimate chance to win the Stanley Cup, in my opinion.
Mm-hmm.
They got a legitimate chance to win the Stanley Cup. So again, I wanted to we're gonna do a hockey episode sometime because there's a bunch of stuff I want to get off my mind. The draft lottery, Devils taking 4th. That wrapped up about, I don't know, a week ago. So so I definitely like, there's a lot of hockey thoughts I want to get out there, but we're just swamped up on so many other stories right now. So we will eventually get that hockey episode to you guys. Just don't know when, but I don't know. We'll eventually work that stuff out. So now it's time for the. Oh wait, we've got Marcellus is returning. Like
Gotta be
Marcellus,
better than my
how's your
hot take.
Wi-Fi?
It's good.
Okay,
It's
we were just talking that we were talking like everything that's like the Kyrie injury, like we're about to move on, but just give me your quick take on like the Nets loss and Kyrie getting injured.
Kyrie getting injured. It's the last thing they needed right now. I think so. I hate to see him go down. You know what I mean? It's gonna be tough for the Nets right now to come back.
Yeah.
I think they definitely need all the stars. But,
Yeah,
we'll see, right?
yeah. To give you the super clip notes version of what I said, the Nets role players need to step up. Joe Harris needs to step up. Blake Griffin needs to step up. If the Nets are gonna win Game 5, if the Nets are gonna win this series without Harden and Kyrie, Katie needs to drop at least 30 a game. Joe Harris needs to drop at least 20 a game, and Blake Griffin needs to drop at least 20 a game. So this depth right now needs to really step up.
Yeah, I agree. I think so. I think we see more of the Joe Harris.
Yeah.
Definitely need to. Some more of the role players. Blake. Need old Blake back. That's really what the Nets are missing.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely. Stressful times in Nets world right now. So, Marcellus, I wish we could get more of your take, but we gotta move on to the segment of the show. What pun am I gonna use this time? The segment of the show that is like a video game console in that or that where you plug a disc in it. Mike's hot
bigger.
take. I'm sorry, that was a horrible pun, but Mike's hot take. Micah Cunningham, take it away.
Ladies and gentlemen, I was watching the Nuggets game, the Nuggets Suns game with my mom at the crib today. We were hanging out. And the thing that pissed me off is game 4. Suns up 3-0. Jokic, Nikola Jokic got smacked in the face, no foul call. He gets the ball, frustrates, and gets smacked, fouls the guy, Cameron Payne, hard to the face, no ball. I'm like, and then you give him a flagrant 2. How you give the reigning MVP, who just got the MVP award last week. This is a playoff game, game 4. This is like that fans paid their money to see the MVP. Why would you eject him for just a smack? This is like basketball. Shit happens. People are going to get smacked. They're going to get elbowed. They're going to get punched. If this was the 80s and 90s, that'd be a common foul. Like, basketball is getting soft now. You look at a referee, you get attacked. I'm tired of bullshit basketball. This is fucking playoffs. People are going to get hurt. Feelings are going to get hurt. Jokic, who got fouled before, if you're going to call a girl foul on one end, you call on the other end. It's basketball. It's two-way. You got to keep the game fair. First of all, Stephen A. Smith said it best. Turn off the game because you're going to call bullshit fouls like this. Adam, Alex, Marcellus, we're in playoff basketball. No blood, no foul, in my opinion.
I could understand them calling a flagrant foul because
that was
a hard foul. That was definitely like a that was a hard foul though. So
he punched him in the face.
That was a really hard foul.
Punched him in the face.
Yeah,
I got smacked in the face when I play basketball.
I can understand them giving him a flagrant foul because that was a hard foul. But I agree, Michael. Ejecting him, I thought was unnecessary.
Yeah, ejecting a player was unnecessary for a smack in the face. I can understand if he clotheslined the dude in midair or he punched him in the face. For just smacking a dude, that's just, oh God, man. The NBA got soft, in my opinion. Alex, put your hand down. I'm on the road, baby. Point is, I think the NBA got mad soft. You know what I mean, Alex and Adam and Marcellus? Think about it. Over 10 years ago, this wouldn't be a hard foul. You know what I mean?
I can see where you're coming from.
This is basketball. This is playoffs. People are going to play more enthusiastic, more in their heart, more passion, more fire, more aggressive. I tell you, 16 teams that play basketball all year long want to hold that trophy, that Larry O'Brien trophy at the end of the year. But I got to give respect due to Chris Paul, who killed in the third quarter, didn't miss a shot the whole quarter. I'm telling you guys this. The Suns are making it out of the West.
Well, after the game, Chris Paul went to the stands and gave his mama a hug.
Chris Paul is going to win. The Suns are going to win out the West. I'm sorry. That's my pick now. The Suns are making it out the West, and I'm going to do a decree and a declare the Suns will win the NBA Finals. And Chris Paul will finally get an MVP trophy, an NBA Finals MVP. I said it. I told Alex this a year ago. The Lakers will win the championship. I was right. I told everybody the Raptors will beat Golden State in the playoffs. They won it. They won in 6. Every year, I always predict the finals, NBA. So, Adam, I spoke to the big guy earlier. I prayed to God this morning. Something I rarely do. And on the Get Your Game On podcast, we're not a religious podcast group. But if we're not religious, there's only basketball. In football, baseball, hockey, college sports, etc. I'm saying this. The Suns will be the 2021 NBA champions. And I'm going to say this, and Chris Paul is going to be a Laker next season. Mark my words. Mark my words, boys. Mark my words. And now get back to my other part of my hot take. Jokic, I know you got frustrated, but you're their best player on the team. They needed you. This is game 4. You're on the verge of getting swept. You know what I mean? If you're going to give a little foul, if you have to smack him, like foul him like at 1 point left in the game if you're going to get frustrated. You're their best player. You just will receive the highest honor in the NBA for a player. It's the MVP award. You haven't got a technical foul in 3 years. Why use it in the playoffs? You know what I mean, Adam?
Hmm?
Alex, I know you got something to say. Got something to say, player.
So was Jokic trying to foul Cameron Payne or no?
No, I think it was intentional. It was intentional. Because here's the thing. He smacked.
I'm not sure if it was intentional.
It looked intentional, Adam. Because if it wasn't intentional, he would have went for the ball too. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Adam, he missed the ball completely and smacked the dude in the face. That should be at least a flagrant one if necessary.
Yeah, it should have been flagrant.
But on the regular season, that'll be a flagrant one, hands down. I remember when Draymond Green smacked the crap out of LeBron James and LeBron fell. That was like a common foul. This is playoff basketball. It's going to get physical. I'm telling you boys this. In the 80s, when they had, I'm going to bring it back. I'm going to go old school. Marcellus, you're going to appreciate this, my brother. I hope you're listening, and I hope you can hear this. I know you're going to, I want you to add on to this, cousin. I'm saying, this reminds me of Jordan rules. Remember the Jordan rules back in the day, cousin? Yes, remember the Jordan rules? Anybody remember the Jordan rules?
What was it again? You gotta remind me.
How Michael Jordan used to get beat up by the Pistons back in the day, in the 80s and 90s.
Yeah, the bad boys.
The bad boys, Adam. I'm going to ask you this. I'm going to ask you all this question. You think the bad boys from back in the day will do well in the modern NBA? Adam, you remember the bad boys, Adam?
Yeah, I remember the bad boys.
Joe Dumars, Isaiah Thomas, Dennis Rodman, Bill Laimbeer, and my dad's favorite player, and Rick Mahorn. That was my dad's favorite basketball team to watch in the 80s and 90s were the bad boys. I'm saying, I was telling you this. If the bad boys probably won't make it in the NBA. They'll get ejected every game. Because they were like, rat. They had some hood rat. So, Adam, I'm telling you this. This is my hot take. And I think Adam Silver is killing the league, in my opinion, because he's making it too soft. I know you're trying to invest your players and make them healthy, but a little contact, it's not going to hurt. I played ball in the hood. I played ball in the suburbs. Let me explain, Adam. When you play hood basketball, if you play in New York City in the sun, if they ain't gonna call you and give you like those girl fouls. They're gonna make sure you're bleeding. You know what I mean, Adam? You know what I mean, Alex?
Yeah, I know what you mean.
When you play suburb basketball, the lightest contact is gonna be a foul. You know what I'm saying? And this is my hot take, and that's it. I think the NBA is getting more soft. That's it.
Okay, guys, time to vote. I don't know about this one because Michael, I agree with your point. I thought Jokic getting ejected I thought it was just too far. I mean, I can understand for a flagrant foul because it was a hard foul. I can understand them giving a flagrant, but ejecting the league MVP when his team facing elimination, I thought that was a little harsh. I agree, but to critique you, Michael, what was that rant about the Phoenix Suns winning the NBA championship and him then Chris Paul going to Lakers? What did that have to do with this specific?
I'm just saying the Lakers. Think about it.
Oh,
Chris
so you're
Paul,
just saying.
Yeah, I'm just saying.
Okay.
I'm
gonna reserve my vote. I want to hear what Marcellus and Alex have to say. Alex.
So before the playoffs started, I made myself a prediction, which is still alive. I said Sixers versus Suns in the finals, and I can agree with Mike that the Suns will make it.
Never bet against a black, buddy. Never bet against a black, Adam.
So are you approving or denying, Alex?
Approve.
Okay.
Thank you, buddy.
Marcellus, go ahead.
Cuzzo, I know where you live. Cuzzo, before you answer your question, don't make me get Aunt Ivy on the phone. I got her number. Your Grandma Ivy. I can call Grandma Ivy tonight. I'm warning you.
What was the question again?
Approve or deny?
Oh yeah, I approve.
Fuck it, I approve.
Yeah, I approve.
Okay.
For sure.
Hey.
Okay.
Come on now,
Adam.
Cuzzo.
Yeah.
Black male always works with family.
Okay. I approve Michael, that is
You
your
know that, cuz. Oh, you know that.
20-second approved hot take. Congratulations.
Adam, you wanted to disapprove it, didn't you?
I was thinking about it.
Adam,
It wasn't
this,
like one of your best hot takes, but you know what? It was good enough. It was
yeah,
good.
man.
So
All right, boys. Let's talk about how the Yankees play like shit today.
okay, yeah. Now I can bring back some energy. Now I can bring the energy back to this podcast because now I can tell you guys how I feel about the pathetic, the insert a negative adjective for me, Michael.
I want to talk.
All right.
I may
So
have a stroke.
whatever, the 2021 New York Yankees have been just every bad word in the book, and they win the first two games against the Minnesota Twins. So as a Yankees fan, after that disgraceful, sweep, I guess the Boston Red Sox. After that, I'm looking at these next couple of games. And I'm like, you're playing the Minnesota Twins, a team that you have beaten up on in the past, and you're playing the Philadelphia Phillies, a decent team. I mean, a not a terrible team, but a team you should beat. So I'm thinking to myself, the Yankees need to go at least 4 or 5 in this stretch. They need to win at least 4 or 5 games. And they win the first two, so I'm like, okay, they won the first two, so them achieving that goal is like a legit possibility. Then they blow the last game against the Twins. Aroldis Chapman again with he's been brilliant all year, but just blew the set. Like allows a 2-run home run to tie it, and then allows another 2-run home run to Cruz to win the game for the Twins. So the Yankees blow a sweep, they lose that one, and then they get swept. They get swept by Alex Enriquez. I'm sure he's having a huge grin on his face right now. They get swept by Alexander Reach's Philadelphia Phillies, and I'm sick. I'm sick to my stomach because not only do I gonna have to hear it from Alex later on this podcast, not only gonna have to hear it from him, but I'm sick of this 2021 Yankees team. I'm just sick because I've been a Yankees fan for a long time, my entire life. I said before, baseball has always been my sport. It's been my number one sport for as long as I can remember. The Yankees have been like my favorite team for as long as I can remember. I've watched the Yankees a long time. I've watched them throughout my entire life. I've watched so many teams from the good teams. The 2009 Yankees won the World Series. From the good teams to some of the more disappointing teams, the 2013, 2014 Yankees, like to go on. I'm going to say it right now, and this could change. The 2021 Yankees are the worst Yankees team I have seen in my lifetime. They are the worst, least fun to watch Yankees team I've seen in my life. Because even then, with the 2013 Yankees, with the 2014 Yankees, the 2016 Yankees, those are teams that were legitimately mediocre. If anything, Joe Girardi got them to overachieve. Which I'm gonna get into that later, trust me, but here's the thing. Those teams weren't those teams had an excuse to underperform. They had an excuse. Even then, there were still some great memories from those seasons. In 2013, you were saying goodbye to Pettit and Mario Rivera. In 2014, the farewell tour for Derek Jeter. Oh my god, I felt my childhood in that season. In 2016, the birth of the baby bombers, Gary Sanchez burst onto to the scene, and the Yankees made that a run in the end towards the playoffs, but they also fell short. I feel none of that. Watch this 2021 team. None of that. This team looks lifeless. They look nonchalant. They look every single negative adjective in the book. As a Yankees fan, it's disheartening. It's frustrating. It's just bad. It's just bad. And I don't know what's needs to be done. I don't know what needs to change, but things need to change quick, fast, in a hurry. Because if things don't change, I don't know what I'm gonna do myself. I got more to say, but I'm gonna leave the floor over to you guys.
Honestly, the Yankees disappoint me. Any day I gotta hear the Phillies won against my Yankees, I'm gonna have to shoot myself.
They got swept, Michael.
Okay, can I say something?
No.
No.
You are banned from this topic. No.
We'll give Michael a second, then we can we'll give you
Thank
a floor out.
Adam.
But Alex,
Wait,
you better be
wait.
very careful
Adam,
what
mute
you
it.
say.
Adam,
Can I say
No.
something?
Go
No.
ahead, very quick, Alex, but you better be very careful what you're gonna say.
In the words of Gene Segura, Grand Victoria!
Adam, you want to beat him up tonight?
Which means great win.
So, Alex, Adam, I'm very disappointed with my Yankees. We could have beat. I don't care if we lose to the Mets. I don't care if I lose to the three teams I hate for the Yankees to lose to the Mets, the Red Sox, and the bye got off of Phillies. But here's the thing that Alex has to remember: in 2009, who did we beat to win the World Series? Adam, what team did we
We
defeat?
beat the Phillies. Guess what, Michael? Where were you when that happened? I was in middle school.
I was in high school celebrating a great time at the World Series parade, having a good time because I begged my parents to let me skip school, and they let me do it. So thanks, Mom and Dad. And I'm telling you this.
We lost connection with Michael there, so I'm going to get back to my rant, okay?
Hold up. I'm still here.
Okay, you're
I'm
still
saying
there? Then go.
The Yankees
Stay on
got to step
topic
it up.
this time.
The Yankees got to step up and win more games. I'm tired of losing. We can play better. Hell, Aaron Judge, got to play better. Aaron Boone, you are our manager. We fired Joe Girardi, a piece of shit, for a reason. Don't be a bigger piece of shit. I'm tired of losing.
I'm gonna expand that, Michael. Thank you for putting that because that's where I was gonna go. If the Yankees will never do this because, quite frankly, they're too arrogant. They're too stuck in the quote unquote building a process, and they're stuck in their process. They're stuck in their way, so they'll never do this. But if we're up to me, Buck Showalter would be managing this team on Tuesday, and I would let Aaron Boone go for a couple reasons. And I'm not saying this is necessarily all Aaron Boone's fault, because I've said in the past, this is a flawed roster. This is a roster that is A, way too right-handed, B, doesn't know how to score without hitting home runs. Three doesn't have enough even though the starting pitcher isn't well, as the pitching well. You have questionable depth behind Cole and Kluber. And one of them's injured. We'll get to the injuries later, but this is a flawed roster that Brian Cashman has to construct, and he needs to take a lot of the blame for that. And he needs to take a lot of blame for us as well. But here's the thing. Aaron Boone, I said it before last podcast. I'm going to say a couple episodes ago, and I'm going to say it again. The man just seems. Now I could be completely wrong. I'm not behind this. I'm not like behind closed doors, so I don't know. So I honestly don't know. I'm not a beat reporter for the Yankees, so I don't have any inside information on this. So this is just my hunch, but from the way I see it, Aaron Boone just seems nonchalant and way too laid back. And I feel like that attitude has rubbed off on the players. They're way too lax on the bases. They're way too lax on the field, and they just really. It's just that the body language seems dead. The team just like they just look dead, and that falls on the manager. What I was saying before, look at the Boston Red Sox. They were terrible last year. They were everywhere about them and it's cheese stuff. They bring in Alex Cora, and look where the Red Sox are. They're in second place in the division. A lot better than the Yankees being in fourth place, huh? Yeah. Because Alex Cora, the players respect Alex Cora. The players run through a brick wall for Alex Cora. Alex Cora gets his team ready to play. I don't see the same thing with Aaron Boone. If I'm the Yankees, if I'm the Yankees, Aaron Boone, if tomorrow it's an off day, will be the perfect guy to make a managerial change. Cause I'm sorry. Personally, I like Aaron Boone, but for a team that was expected to at least make it to the World Series, a record of like however many games through the season, a record of 33 and 32, 8.5 games back of the division, and 4 games back of the second wild card is completely and utterly unacceptable. That's the end of my rant. Go ahead, Michael.
Yo, you nailed it all in the coffin, brother.
Thank you there, my friend. Marcellus, you want to chime in?
You hit it all in the coffin too, I was so.
I mean, like, I don't know what else to say. I mean, and it's like Brian Cashman needs to take a lot of the blame for this too, because at the end of the day, it's time for you to get on Brian Cashman, because I've had this feeling about Brian Cashman for a while now. Just like Aaron Boone, I like Brian Cashman personally. He seems to be like a nice guy. He seems to be a good guy. I'm not trying to attack his character or anything. But I'd be lying if I felt that his ego hasn't gotten in the way here. I would be lying if I felt that if I thought that he hasn't shouldn't take the majority or a large part of the blame for his Yankees disappointing season. What do I mean by this? Why didn't I rant about Aaron Boone? Why did I rant on Aaron Boone how I think he needs to go? Who hired Aaron Boone in the first place? That's right, Brian Cashman. Alexander Reich. You're a Phillies fan.
Yes.
Who's the Phillies manager?
Joe Girardi.
In 27, who did the Yankees fire to give Aaron Boone the job? Who did Aaron Boone replace?
Joe Girardi.
Exactly. And when you look at what Joe Girardi's tenure with the Yankees and that season, there was no reason to let go of him. None. I don't care.
There's a lot of reasons to let go Joe Girardi.
What were those reasons, Michael?
Let's see. He loved to come back from behind victories. He will make us play like shit on purpose and want to come back from behind victory every fucking game. You had one World Series championship ring. We should have had more because of him. We could have had more.
Why should we have had more?
Let's see. Didn't you not hear the words? We won a championship in 09.
Yeah, we won.
We
Why
should have
should
won one in
why should we have
2012.
had more? Why
Because
and why
Joe
was it
Girardi
his
was
fault?
expected to do great. It was the team's fault, and it was his fault.
Why was
You're
it
the
his
manager.
fault?
You coach. You're supposed to coach at him.
Why was it his fault?
It is his fault.
Explain to me why was it his fault?
It's not my fault.
In 2010, they lost in the ALCS. How is that his fault?
Because, first of all, you had the right pieces. You had the right pieces. You had one
They
player
lost to a
gone.
better team.
They were still a great team. They were, first of all, Adam, you better watch who your voice is cracking out to before I punch you in the face.
I'll use whatever voice I want. If I find your takes will be insane.
First of all, Joe Girardi is the worst manager in Yankee history. I think Aaron Boone is not that good either.
Michael, I'm about to mute you.
And I'm about to whoop your ass. What's up? I got to thank for smacking white boys tonight. I got to thank for smacking white men. Keep you bitches in check.
All right, explain on like your point though.
I just don't think he was a good manager, dude. That's
all
it.
Right, if you don't think he was a good, all right. If you don't think, all right. Let me calm down for a second here.
Yeah, because you sound like a
voice.
female.
You
Because
can't
sound
control
like
my voice.
Female. It looks like your voice went through puberty.
There's no reason for the Yankees to let go of Joe. Oh, look at what you could get on him for saying they should have won more World Series in like 2011, 2012. Fine. In 2013, 2014, the teams that missed the playoffs, those teams should have finished at the bottom of the league. Those teams, talent-wise, should have finished under 500. But you know what? He managed to get winning records out of all those teams. In 2017, he got a 91 win Yankees team to Game 7 of the American League Championship Series, which they would have made to the World Series if they weren't playing a bunch of trash can managers. That's neither here nor there. Then the Yankees decided to let go of him. And you know what? They haven't made it to Game 7 of the ALCS since, and they haven't made it closer to the winning the World Series since. So ultimately, Brian Cashman, I'm sorry, that was a mistake. I'm not necessarily saying like Joe Girardi was a mistake because apparently like he didn't like have the best relationship with the players. They wanted to move on, but here's the thing: they still need a legit manager. They need someone that was gonna come in and still have the respect for his players and still get his players to play hard and hold the players accountable and keep them disciplined. And they do that. They hired a guy out of the Sunday night booth just because he fit the analytics manager. They wanted because Joe. This is what Brian Cashman wanted us. This is my opinion. What Brian Cashman wanted to do. Brian Cashman wanted a puppet. He wanted someone that was gonna take orders from the analytics team, from himself. And you know what, Brian Cashman? You got your puppet. Congratulations. But that doesn't mean he's a good manager, because along with managing the team, and if you want your manager to manage by analytics, fine. Most teams like have the managers managed by analytics, fine. But the manager still needs to coach up the players. The manager still needs to needs to be able to discipline the players. The manager needs to still have the pulse of his clubhouse. And you know what? Aaron Boone has shown me none of that in like these past 2 years. None of that. So ultimately you can get on Aaron Boone and his faults as manager you want. But you know what, guys? He didn't hire himself. Ultimately, the manager and all the flaws of this roster, them being too right-handed, them not being able to score enough without hitting home runs, injuries, whatever. This is all stemming from Brian Cashman. And you know what, guys? If Theo Epstein is available this offseason, if let's say Yankees like ultimately miss the playoffs, or maybe they like get bounced in the wild card round or whatever, if Theo Epstein is available and I'm House Steinbrenner, I'm telling Brian Cashman to pack his bags and say, "See, and bring Theo Epstein here faster than you can say uncle." And I bring Buck Showalter with him. Theo Epstein as a general manager, Buck Showalter as a head coach. I could not say that fast enough. Say yes that fast enough. All right. I mean, Alex, we're gonna get to our bets quickly, but if you want to talk about your team getting 2 big wins, go ahead.
First off, I would like to tip my cap to Gene Segura on a very excellent at-bat appearances today. Yesterday and the day before. He's been a spotlight of the team these past 3 to 4 games, and it just shows how much he's grinding in and day out. And I think the Phillies pitching is coming together, and this is the reason why we are in this position of getting the W's that we need, even though we don't have DD back. But I'm just glad that my squad is getting the W's they need and staying at 500. And I just hope we climb up from here on. And I'm excited to see what this ball club can do.
I don't have any problem with that. I mean, getting back to the Yankees, I completely forgot about this because more bad news earlier that I forgot to mention is that Luis Severino now has a groin strain. So he was supposed to, he was making, he made it during like a high A start. So that's another setback for one of the best pitchers on the Yankees. So they're just not good right now in Yankee land. More injuries. Luis Severino's still hurt. Still hurt. So they're not gonna be getting him back for a little more time. I mean, I could say a bunch more stuff about the Yankees. The stuff that I wanted to mention that, but we don't have time to mention. So we're just gonna move on to our bets, guys. You want to do that?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Good. And guess what, guys? Do you know what happened during last episode? All our bets.
Mm-hmm. We all took L's?
We all took L's. Every single one of us took L's. That's not the first. That's not the first time in this podcast history that's happened. Let me see.
It's the second time we took L's.
It's the second time. It's the second time. When was the last time? Was episode 7 when we all took L's. So, and Marcellus wasn't even officially part of the show back then. So, this makes it even more embarrassing. I mean, let me recap. I had Nets over the Bucks, L. Alex had the Padres over the Mets, L. David had Clippers over the Jazz, L. Marcellus said the A's over the Royals, L. John made his bet for Chris, our guest last week. He had last episode. He had the Yankees over the Phillies, L. Michael, you had the Yankees over the Phillies, L. So we all took L's last week, every single one of us, and I think that's something we should be proud of. I think that's something that should go into the Game On Podcast Hall of Fame. You guys agree?
We agree.
Okay, update on the standings. Dave remains in first place, 17-7, 128.02 points. Michael, 13-11, 114.88 points. I'm in third place, 11-13, 113.22 points. Let me see. I've now lost 3 straight bets. So, ugh. Chris is 11-13, 105.67 points. Marcellus, you're 14-10, 83.08 points, and with his 5th straight loss. I repeat, his 5th
Fifth
straight
straight
loss.
loss.
Alex, you have a 9-15 record, 53.75 points.
Damn, Alex. We need to maybe just put you in the losing column every week. Do you remember what was Alex's last time he won?
Let me see if they can find it here. The last time Alex won was episode 19.
And what episode were you on now? 25?
We're on episode 25 now.
Alex, I'm praying that you win one. Stop being a risk taker. Be a smart man. You ain't stupid. Be smart.
Okay. Speaking of my bet, I got a big bet on my mind.
Ooh.
Don't tell us now. Okay, Adam, let's do the bets. All right, bets.
All
Adam,
right.
you lead off.
All right, I'm going to go first, and I'm nervous. Because honestly, not only am I on a losing streak, but I'm looking at this slate, and you know what? I'm not in love with anything. I tried betting the Nets last time. That didn't work out, and with all the uncertainty with the injuries, I'm not going to do that again. So this is a tough one. This is going to be a tough one for me. Decisions. You know what I'm going to do, guys? I'm going to make a hockey bet. Game 1 of the semifinals. Montreal Canadiens at the Vegas Golden Knights. You know what the money line is right now for the Canadiens? They're at plus 230. Plus 230. Now, the Vegas Golden Knights are a great team. Don't get me wrong. But have you seen how well the Montreal Canadiens have been playing these playoffs? Have you seen how well the Montreal Canadiens have been playing? Have you seen, in the first round, in the second round, they swept the Jets. In the first round, they ultimately defeated a really good team in the Maple Leafs. And I believe in every single game won the series, they've come out on top. So you know what? Plus 230, that is just way too good value for me to pass up when you consider how well the Montreal Canadiens have been playing at any of these playoffs. They've just been unbelievable. No disrespect to the Vegas Golden Knights, but you know what? The Canadiens have just been playing way too well. That is just too good of a value there for you to pass up. So I'm going to take Canadiens over the Vegas Golden Knights in Game 1 on the money line. So that's what I bet. We do have David's bet. Let me just shout it out here. He's got the 76ers over the Hawks. It was like Game 5, I believe, or Game 4.
This is Game 4.
Okay. So, Alex, my friend, you're next.
Okay. This is a big one. This is all business.
Not personal, strictly business.
Strictly business.
Hey, Alex, let me steal my catchphrase.
I just felt like doing that to get on your nerves.
Don't do it.
Okay. So they are on a 5-game winning streak. And they are going for 6 games in a row against the Mets. I am going with Cubbies money line.
Cubbies money line. Jake Arrieta against Doug Pearson. I can see that. I think that's a fair bet. Okay, Marcellus, you're up.
Let's go Cubs.
Wow. I think for my bet, I'm gonna have to go with, let's see, Dodgers over the Phillies. Money line, baby.
Marcellus, I love you.
What do you say?
That is such a beautiful bet.
What do you say?
Dodgers over
the
Dodgers over
Philadelphia
Phillies money line.
line.
Okay, unfortunately, I gotta do Chris's bet right now, so
Be nice for him.
I'm gonna make some. I'm trying to make sure I make something competent. So
Yeah,
so he
you gotta
doesn't
make it how
kill
Chris
me.
was sounding.
All right, so I'm gonna take the Clippers over the Jazz on the spread. How about that?
Good.
Clippers are currently -5, so I think they'll cover that. What game is it? I think it's game 5 or game 4.
Game
I'm not
4.
sure. Game 4, and I believe Clippers are up 2 games to 1. I'm not sure. I need to look that up. All right, Michael, you're last up. Go ahead.
Did you do David's?
We did David's. Yeah, we did David's.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, since a piece of shit wants to steal my catchphrase, you know what, Adam, sweetheart? What's my record, Adam? What's my record?
Give me a second here, Michael.
'Cause-
Utah is actually leading the series 2 games to 1 over the Clippers, by the way.
Okay, Adam, what's my record, bitch?
Your record is 13-11.
You know, Adam, I'm gonna do a business bet. This is strictly business, Adam, sweetheart. This is strictly business. Since that's how you say it, the person trying to steal my catchphrase like a dickhead. You know, Adam, I'll throw in $1 million. The last time I rooted for the team in the playoffs was 2001. You know what? My mind is telling me no, but my body's telling me yes. I can't believe I'm going to say this. I need the Sixers to win game 4. Oh, I got the Sixers money line, Adam.
Okay, so you're taking David's bet.
Yes, I can't believe
Okay.
I feel so
Michael
dirty.
is taking Phillies money line, okay?
I feel ashamed of myself.
All right,
Picking the
that's all
devil.
that's all for our bets, and that's all for this episode. I mean, God, yeah, Yankees fan took a lot out of me.
Yes, it did.
All right, I'm gonna go play video games and then I'm just gonna because I'm depressed right now. The Yankees stink, and depending on itself, the Nets might be at risk of getting eliminated. So it's not been a good day for me. So I hope the rest of you are doing well. I hope the rest of you all listening to this podcast, and Alex, Michael, Marcellus, I hope you are all doing better than me. So that's it. This has been episode 25 of the Get Again Out podcast with yours truly, Adam Grassani, Michael Cunningham, Alex Reich, David Heller, Chris Kern, and Marcellus Murdock. Like what you heard, leave a like and follow or subscribe to the podcast. Also, if you want to join the conversation, drop a comment or review, and they feature it in a feature episode. Now, my friends, don't assume your dreams are just fantasy. If you can imagine a world, believe in it, and dive in. See you next time, and until then, stay lit.
And we're out.